Enron was one of the largest energy companies in the world. It claimed to have revenues of over $100 billion but behind the scenes, it was hiding a massive fraud. I was a financial analyst at a hedge fund in New York. I specialized in energy stocks. I had been following Enron for a while, and I noticed some red flags. First, Enron's financial statements were very complex and opaque. They used hundreds of off-balance sheet entities to hide their debts and losses. They also used aggressive accounting techniques to inflate their earnings and cash flow. Second, Enron's business model was very risky and unsustainable. They relied on trading and speculation to generate profits, rather than producing and delivering energy. They also engaged in unethical and illegal practices, such as market manipulation, insider trading, and bribery. Third, Enron's culture was toxic and corrupt. They fostered a culture of greed, arrogance, and deception. They rewarded employees for meeting unrealistic targets and punished those who questioned their methods. They also lied to investors, regulators, and the public. I decided to do some more research on Enron. I read their annual reports, SEC filings, analyst reports, and news articles. I also talked to some former employees, competitors, and industry experts. The more I learned, the more convinced I was that Enron was a fraud. I decided to bet against Enron by shorting their stock. Shorting is a strategy where you borrow a stock from a broker and sell it at a high price, hoping to buy it back later at a lower price and return it to the broker. You make money if the stock price goes down, but you lose money if it goes up. I shorted Enron stock in early 2001, when it was trading at around $80 per share. I believed that sooner or later, the truth would come out and Enron stock would collapse. I was right. In October 2001, Enron announced a $618 million loss and a $1.2 billion reduction in shareholder equity. In November 2001, Enron admitted that it had overstated its earnings by $586 million since in December 2001, Enron filed for bankruptcy protection. Enron's stock price plummeted from $80 to less than $1 in a matter of months. I made a fortune by shorting Enron's stock. I made over $21 million in profits. That's how I discovered Enron's accounting fraud and decided to short their stock. How I faced challenges and risks from Enron's management, regulators, and market fluctuations. You might think that betting against Enron was an easy way to make money. But it was not. I faced many challenges and risks from Enron's management, regulators, and market fluctuations. Enron was a powerful and influential company. It had connections with politicians, bankers, and media. It used aggressive accounting practices to hide its debts and losses. It created complex financial instruments to manipulate its earnings. It lied to its investors, employees, and customers. Enron's management was ruthless and arrogant. They tried to intimidate and silence anyone who questioned their business model. They threatened to sue me and other short sellers for spreading false rumors. They hired private investigators to dig up dirt on me. They pressured analysts to give positive ratings to their stock. They bribed journalists to write favorable stories about them. Regulators were also a problem. The SEC was slow and ineffective in investigating Enron's fraud. The FERC was reluctant to intervene in Enron's manipulation of the energy markets. The IRS was lenient in allowing Enron's tax avoidance schemes. The Congress was influenced by Enron's lobbying and campaign contributions. Market fluctuations were another risk factor. Enron's stock price was volatile and unpredictable. It could soar or plummet based on rumors, news, or events. Sometimes, it seemed like the market was irrational and blind to Enron's problems. Other times, it seemed like the market was manipulated by Enron's insiders and allies. I had to be patient and persistent in my bet against Enron. I had to do my own research and analysis. I had to ignore the noise and focus on the facts. I had to withstand the pressure and attacks from Enron's management. I had to overcome the obstacles and delays from regulators. I had to hedge my position and manage my risk from market fluctuations. It was not easy, but it was worth it. In the end, I was right about Enron's fraud and collapse. I made $21 million by betting against Enron and bought a Miami Beach condo.